Here's my presentation on film shots and lighting. The movie that I chose to highlight these techniques is Amelie. In this scene, we have a wide shot where you can see all of the character's body as well as the surrounding area. It's kind of a feeling when you're watching it. You don't feel like you're cramped inside of just one little box. You can see her whole body. You can tell that it's a hallway with depth. This medium shot is more close up to the characters. You don't see their legs, or even in this case you do see a little bit of their lower body. They are riding on a motorcycle through town, so you can tell in the background that it's a little blurry because they're driving around in their motorcycle. A close-up is when the camera is pretty close to a face or some type of item. Usually will give the feeling of just being close to that emotion, so you can, as an audience, you kind of feel what this little girl is going through. She's screaming. I think it's because her fish jumped out of her fish tank, is in the flopping around on the floor. So you can see that she's screaming, and they zoomed in real close onto her face. Even closer to that is an extreme close-up, and this is a part of the introduction to the movie. Where it's a face upside down with a face painted on it. So that's actually her chin where the eyes are. This is extremely close up. You can see the details of the lips. You can see the details of the skin. This next shot is over the shoulder, so you can still see Amelie in the video as well as the other character. Kind of gives you this feeling of the conversation going on, so you know that these two are both involved in some kind of conversation. This is a shot for natural lighting. You can tell, I believe she's in a mall, but there is some skylight, so you have this soft light on her skin, and it looks very natural to what you would see in the daylight. Key light only would be, in this case, she's in the dark and she has one light shining on her, so there's very harsh shadows, and you only see light coming in from one direction, which is kind of in front of her. Backlight only is when only the background is lit, and in this case you can see that the person in focus is quite dark. You don't really see a lot of detail except for, the drink that he's drinking and maybe his forehead. This one, I think it kind of highlights in the film how, he's kind of sitting by himself. It's kind of like a lonely feeling. This shot has key and fill light, so the light that's coming in on her face is the key light, and you don't have harsh shadows like the previous key light because they have another light shining at her that kind of softens those dark shadows where normally it would be super dark. This is 3-point lighting, and you can tell it's 3-point lighting because if this wasn't, the lower part of his face would be very dark. There'd be a lot of shadow, you'd lose a lot of information, as well as next to his nose. You can tell that the key light is coming in from the left side of his face, and to the right side of his face he has a shadow, but it's not as dark because there's also light pointing at him in that direction. You can also tell that there's light shining from behind him because his shoulders are outlined. And that's my little demonstration on film shots and lighting. Thank you.